David, you've written a lot of important work about competitive strategy and how do we do that. How do you see competitive strategy going forward these days?
Competitive strategy has to go forward in a different tempo than it has in the past. The thing that's been missing from strategy analysis is an assessment and an understanding of capabilities, organizational capabilities, how they're created, how they evolve, how they transform. And without an understanding of that, you may understand markets well, and maybe you possibly understand your competition, but you won't understand yourself. And nor will you understand the fundamental foundations of competitive advantage. Because at the end of the day, how well you do is a function of the capabilities you have and can build and the marketplace you're addressing and your ability to match the two.
So how does a firm understand its capabilities, the things that really drive their ability to be successful in competition?
One would hope that managers will have a deep understanding of their organization's capabilities, but the fact is they often don't. Because a lot of those capabilities have been built up over time. They're part of the history of the company. So one way to understand your capabilities is to understand where you've been, to understand your own history, the things that you can do well, things that you can't do well, and to understand why you do well the things you do well. And then to look at the environment to see if those things are still relevant today and into the future. In the end of the day, it requires a manager not only to sense opportunities, but to be able to seize them, and it requires a new type of manager, one that I call the entrepreneurial manager. Not just for small companies, but for big companies, maybe even especially for big companies, you need entrepreneurial managers. And that's maybe an oxymoron in some people's vocabulary, but it's not in mine.